Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is YAHMAD. So in this video, we're going to complete the mail merge section of this paper. So we're doing paper 4 from November 2022. And we've already completed the first part of this task where we had to identify where the students achieved correct marks using the mark scheme answers. Okay, so if they were correct, they got 1 mark. The second part of this task, which we already completed, is a database where we had to import the results in, show them in a form, and then use some if statements and conditional formatting. Now, the third part of this task, we need to do the mail merge section, okay? So what we need to do is you're required to make a mail merge, notification of results to students in class FE1. You will need to amend your spreadsheet to complete this task. So what we need to include in this document notifications template is the student ID, name, class, score. So this is the spreadsheet I was working on previously. I've got the student IDs there. Okay. And what I'm going to do first of all is insert a field. And I'm going to copy in the name. So let me check. So it's going to be a name, class, and score. So let's copy in the forename first of all, or give a name. I should have made 2 columns really. Do you know what? Let me just make an additional column. Right, what we're going to do is copy these 2 columns over. We need a class as well, actually, so we'll do that in a minute. Paste as values. Let's just insert another column. So we need ID, which we have, name, class, and score, which we have. So let's get a class in. So the same just goes up in one by one. Let's pull it onto here. Done. Okay, and let's save this. So we've got the final scores here. What we also need to display is those questions incorrectly answered. So if they got maximum marks of 25, we can display you answered all the questions correctly. And if it was incorrect, we need to display all of the questions that they answered incorrectly. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to increase or add some extra columns. So I'm just going to call it I answered, so incorrectly answered, 1. Drag that across. Oh, that was a lucky guess. Got up to 25 on the first go. Let's just make that a little bit smaller. So these are the questions that will be shown if they did not answer it correctly. So it's going to be an if statement. So equals if this cell here is not equal to 0. So obviously 1 is if it's correct, and if it's not equal to 0, if it's true, we want to show this value in the cell here. So we are going to be dragging this down and dragging this across, so the letters can change, but the row needs to be fixed onto the first row. So we need to lock the row. So if this is equal to 0, then we're going to show the question that it got incorrect. Okay, and if it's not true, it's false, it's not equal to 0, it's equal to 1, then we can just return a blank space. So for the first person, we expect to show nothing because they answered everything correct. But obviously for the next person, the first question and third question was incorrect. So let me just drag this across and down. And that's fine. That's what we want. All of the questions that they answered incorrectly. And then what we're going to do is we want to join all of these together because we want to output the questions that they answered incorrectly. So I'm just going to put in correct answers. And what we can do is use something called text join, basically showing you here. And we can join these values and separate it with a comma. So equals text join. highlight all of these cells here. Actually, no, the delimiter is what you're going to separate it by. So it's probably easier, actually, if I go to the FX here. So we want to separate each character by a comma. If it's empty, let's ignore it. And if it's got some text, we want to take the text from here. So incorrect answer 1 all the way to incorrect answer 25. Press OK. And the first one's fine because there's no incorrect answers. And obviously the others, there will be some incorrect answers. So question 1, question 3. Okay, that's fine. That's what we want. Click on save. So S marks. So now what we're going to do is go to the examination folder, open up notifications template, go to mailings, and let's start the mail merge. So step by step, next, select the recipient, browse, examination folder. What's the file called again? Test, yeah. S marks. And let me just check if we have all the information. We've got the surname, the given name. Yeah, incorrect answers. Press OK. Right, let's start inserting these merged fields. So the first one is going to be the date field. So I just want to copy this. You can use search for quick parts to insert a field. Go to date. Get rid of this. Oh, did I want the dash? I'll keep it dash. Let's see. Yeah, not sure if they want to keep it or not, but anyway, I'll keep it for now. Let's insert the student ID here. Name. So it's going to be given name space surname. The class. Okay. The student score must be displayed here. Okay. Let me just have a look. So we've got the ID. Okay, we've got a name. This is a pass mark. Okay, so now what we need to do is the condition. Okay. All of this information's here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this. And I'm going to have to toggle the code. So if I go to more options, advanced, show field codes. Right. Now let's insert the if, then, and else. So what do we need to do? Okay, for students who scored 13 or more marks, display the text, this is a pass mark. Okay, so remember it's going to show, we've got up to this point here where we put all of this information in. So we want to show this, or this, or this. So let's do the first condition. So this is a pass mark. So if the score is 13 or more, so if student or score is greater than or equal to 13 or more, insert this text here. Okay, done. We're not quite finished because what we need to do is we have another condition. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this one. It's easier to write this one here. For students who scored less than 10, display, you will need to retake the course. So what I'm going to do is, this is the next part. This is if it's false, but if it's not false, we're going to add another condition. So in these speech marks, click in between here. We're going to add another if statement. So if score is less than 10 marks, okay, that was the first one. Then we need to say you will need to retake the course. done. And then we have a final if statement here. So, or if the first two conditions are not true, okay, then what we'll have to say is, please arrange to reset the test. So we don't need to put a condition at the end. I'm just going to enter this in here. Just see, just paste in the same formatting. Let's preview that. Oh, let's take off the toggle. Let me just check. That's worked. Advanced. Yeah, so this is, let me go to preview. So this is 25, so it's a pass mark. This is 12. 12 is, so 10, 11, and 12. Reset the test, that's fine. And 3, which is less than 10, retake the course. So that's working. Okay, so let's go back to preview mode. And you can toggle the fields again to see, if I right click, whoops, let me just go back to preview mode. Right, the next part is, with students who answered all the questions correctly, display the following text. So we still need to go back to this mode. Show field codes, okay. Right, what we're going to do is, the students who answered all the questions correctly display the following text. So if scores equal to 25, basically. So rules, if then else, if score, maximum mark is 25. If it's true, you answered all the questions correctly. And if it's not true, you answered the following questions incorrectly. So let me just paste this in here and go to OK. And what I'm going to do is here, I want to insert the merge field, incorrect answers. And let me just see if that's working. Okay. Right, let's just have a quick look. So if I go to File, More, Options, Advanced, take this off. And you can see, obviously, this person's got only 3. He's got loads of questions incorrect. So you've answered all of the questions correct, and there's nothing shown here. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the end of this paper, this mail merge section. Just checking everything. Class FE1. So if you want, you can filter at this point. So it's only going to show FE1. Obviously, we're showing the other classes. Or let me try something. Let me get it. Options, advanced. Show that again. So if I click there, rules, skip record if is not equal to FE1. So the class is not equal to FE1, then we want to skip. So if it's not equal to FE1, we want to skip. Let's turn toggles off. Why am I keep missing this now? It's not quite working out, so I'm not sure why. Do you know what? Just go back to the original, edit recipient list. And what you can do is go to filter, class equal to FE1. There we go. There's all of FE1 and done. So if I go forwards, It should only show FE1. Right, we come to the end of this video. I'm hoping it's helped. And please let me know if you have any questions in class. Take care then. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.